Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups and life issues. Go to writemac.com if you want to book a session or send your story in. My buddies were there first. Hey, coach, I'm just finishing up college and recently broke up with my girlfriend. We had a really good connection. We liked the same things, we laughed a lot, and she was kind. But here's the thing, I couldn't stop thinking about her past. She had been intimate with two of my friends before we got together. Actual intimacy. And yeah, people talk. My friends would make little comments now and then, some playful, some not. Well, that's not good friends. So on what level did they hook up? I don't know. It sounds like if you're in college, you're in your 20s, there's a lot more getting around, experimenting, promiscuous acts. But it's never ideal if your girlfriend's been with one of your friends prior to you. How good a friend that is counts. Some guys can get that out of their heads and let it go, but it's just tough overall. It's one of those things, even if the friends weren't saying anything, you feel uncomfortable. And if they did say some stuff, it just stings. Okay, so it would be not as difficult if you weren't in college or in your 20s. So let's say you were like 35 and it was a friend that did it 5 or 6 years earlier. If it's fresh from like 2 or 3 years earlier and you actually heard that friend brag about it, it's just tough. You are more sensitive to your ego in your early 20s, and you won't get that till you get older. And this is why grandma and grandpa in their 60s, 70s, and 80s just don't give a shit. The older you get, the more you don't care what people think about you or those kinds of things. And so they can roll through these. But this is tough. At first, I told myself it didn't matter, but the images kept showing up in my head. I started obsessing over it. I couldn't let it go, even though she never did anything wrong while we were together. This is one of those things I would book a session with myself or someone else and probably do hypnosis or EFT, emotional freedom technique. So if you wanted to get these images out of your head, if you wanted to see this in a different perspective because the girlfriend was really good, you wanted to overcome this, there would be some ways or methods to do it. It's just a perspective, right? You're looking at it like, she did this with my friend. You feel disrespected, you feel a lack of loyalty, but the reality is it happened in the past. You can change that perspective if you want to. Eventually it got to be too much, so I broke it off. Now I miss her. I think I made an effort. I think if I made an effort, I could get her back. But even if I do, will it be different? Well, that's why I said I think that if you do, then doing something with hypnosis or EFT, emotional freedom technique, would help. You need to change your perspective. You need to be open to that. So a lot of our problems are just being rigid. You only see it one way. She hooked up with my friend. It's disgusting. It hurts me. I can't get it out of my head. Is there another way you could look at this? Okay, I know from the bottom of my heart she's a loyal girl. That happened in the past. She never talks about it. And really, I'd rather hang out with her than that friend. So, if it hurts you and that friend's not someone you work with or long-term, you could technically let the friend go. Not in a way that you're bitter or blaming them, just that at this point when you're with your girlfriend, you don't want to really hang out with that friend anymore. That's another perspective. Do you have to do that? No. My friends aren't going to go stop reminding me, and I don't know if I'll ever stop replaying things in my... Well, if your friends are reminding you of it, they're not very good friends. If she's a good girlfriend and she's been good to you, then they should be happy for you. Okay? If you keep her playing things in your mind that are images that you made up that you weren't witnessing, then that's what I said, like hypnosis, there's image things, and there's different things you can do, but that's a therapy you would have to get for yourself. Something I could help you with, book a session. Otherwise, don't get back together because it won't change. And you're going to have to take a step back from hanging out with those friends because that's part of the trigger. Questions to reflect on: are you more affected by her past or what others think about it? It's a great question. So if you're getting triggered by what others think about it, then you have a choice on hanging out with those friends. And really, I would even add, those friends will probably bring that up even when you're broken up. I did know of a friend in high school. And when I say in high school, we were friends in our 20s when he told me about this. I met him through work. But when he was in high school, his best friend started dating his ex-girlfriend in high school. So his girlfriend and him were together from, 16 to 19 or 16 to 20. And then he moved away to college and they stayed back in the hometown and they ended up being boyfriend and girlfriend. This was one of his best friends. And he never talked bad about it. He was kind of surprised by it. But the other friend was able to deal with it. And that was just the way the other friend was. He was uncomfortable with it a little bit at first, but what helped is that they had lived in different areas and he went away from college. So I think one thing that you're missing here is that you're close to these friends that sound a bit immature, and then bringing it up or them joking about it, it's just relighting the flame to it. Whereas if you went with this girl and you moved to another state, city, or country, it'd eliminate the problem because those friends wouldn't be around. Can you build trust with someone if you're still comparing them to the version of their past? No, and you got to realize, did they change? Or in this case, I don't even know the substance of the relationship prior to. So that would be something to talk about if we had a session. Number 3, if she's truly a good partner now, are you willing to lose her because of someone else's story? Great question for you. I'll leave you on that one.